Oh, I'm recording. Oh, well, I fucked that up. Matt, fuck him up. What? Drake, bro, Drake, just retire, man. Just give it up. Like, when the bearded white guy who talks about wine for a living is saying you lost, you fucking... Sorry, dude. Kid out, gotcha. Hey, beat me up, bro. Get out. Collab. Hey everyone, Matt back in the basement. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate you and all your support. Hope you're doing well enough. Construction, I think, outside finally done-ish, at least with the heavy machinery. In case you missed it earlier, there was some heavy machinery outside doing some digging out in the street. They're doing some kind of infrastructure upgrade or something. I don't know. But it was doing this repetitive, annoying thump, 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 thump that just really was... Couldn't really record anything. It was tough. So I'm glad it's over with. Glad to get this underway and glad to be back. Sorry about the break. It's been a little bit since I've recorded anything. A couple of reasons for that. First of all, really fucked up my knee. Like, pretty bad. Went to dinner with the crew the other night. Came out, tried to hop over a snowbank because it's been snowing, and I slipped. And because I was wearing my fancy shoes, my flats, problem was that I went one way and my lower leg went the other way. So if you're familiar with what happened with Vicious Sid back in the day in WCW, if we got any wrestling fans in the house, I'm not going to show the video, but here's a picture moments before destruction. You can kind of imagine what happened there. So picture that just with my knee. Thankfully, nothing broke, but I was not able to climb stairs, barely able to walk for about 3 days. Finally getting back to normal here. Truthfully, I should probably go see a doctor, but this being America, who's got time for that? You know what I mean? Back on my feet. Everything seems to be okay-ish. It's a little sore, but nothing I can't deal with for now. The other reason, and a little more serious, I mean, busted knee that turned sideways is kind of serious, but for those of you who don't personally know me, I do struggle with mental health issues, and this time of year especially in the upper Midwest is atrocious. It's been an okay winter. It's been cold since New Year, and more importantly, we haven't really seen the sun, and that's been tough, right? So I'm okay, you know. Definitely motivation issues are tough, right? So it's tough to kind of come up with ideas and keep motivated and really, get out there and get in front of the camera and start recording. It's really kind of tough. Yeah, in this line of work, alcohol being what it is, a depressant, obviously. With mental health issues doesn't really help things much. But so this time of year I do try to cut back a little bit. And just, everything in moderation. And guys, that's super important too. Unfortunately, it took me way too long to figure out. I'm in my 40s now and I finally started realizing this. So I don't know what that Zoom was. Glad you ruined that moment, camera. Thank you. It's always good to take a break every now and then, right? Just kind of slow down, pace yourself. So yeah, if you're like me and you're having issues sometimes, especially this time of year, especially those of us, like I said, here in the upper Midwest, when it's just gray and cloudy and cold, and you just want to have a conversation, my DMs are always open. Feel free to slide and say hi. We can talk. Always happy. I get it, man. Struggle's real. So that's the end of the serious part. Oh, real quick, you like the shirt? Yeah, you can buy it now. I made it. This is my Alsatian shirt. Ready? Alsace Caution. I thought it was fun. Here's some B-roll of me doing my stuff. If you like the shirt, plenty more designs. They're available on my TeePublic store. Link in the description, link below. know the routine. But yeah, check it out, see what you think. T-shirts are reasonable. TeePublic usually puts stuff on sale. And yeah, all the proceeds go to helping me. And, getting better setup. Maybe getting a better studio. Maybe getting a microphone. Wouldn't that be cool? An actual microphone. Wow. Anyway, appreciate the support. Let's get this cat out here and talk about some Chablis. He's not going anywhere. Sorry to interrupt real quick. Forgot to mention I got plans for a next video. But, why would I say no? I'm going to make you watch a video. So we'll wait till the end. We'll talk about it later. Okay. Let's have some fun again, right? That's what this channel's supposed to be about. Not this serious, like, hey, my brain's broken. Seriously, though. If you're having issues, let me know. Let's talk about wine. Getting back into the mix here. Don't know why I decided to talk about this topic, which is a great thing to say publicly. I'm glad I can admit that. I was walking through Costco the other day, who has great wine options, really good values. Their private label stuff typically is pretty on point. So if you're a Costco member and you're into wine, I certainly recommend trying a lot of their Kirkland signature stuff. Had a Côte d'Aron Gigondas, which is a red wine, the other day. $13, and it was pretty good. I would not say it holds up to the label, right? So Gigondas is one of those premier regions in the Côte d'Aron, and you kind of expect something a little nicer. But for $13, I think it was a really, really good deal, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. White wine, Chardonnay, but more specifically, Chablis. Now, Chablis, for those of you who don't know, is a region in northern Burgundy, and all they do is white wine, and specifically all they do is Chardonnay. This region can be the purest expression of what a Chardonnay is. A couple reasons for that, and we'll get into it. The reason why I thought this was a really fun value is A, I love Chardonnay, not afraid to admit it, and B, usually when you're talking Chablis, you have to pay a little bit more to get a decent quality. I say that a lot around here, but I'm always about values. So if I can find a $13 Chablis and it's really good quality, we got ourselves another winner from Costco here. Not sponsored. Chablis, like I said, northern Burgundy. It's a town at the far northern edge of Burgundy, and it's actually closer to Champagne, to be honest with you. It has quite a distance from Burgundy proper, but it's still technically part of that. And like I said, they only do white wines. All they do is Chardonnay, and this is obviously no exception. So the things about Chablis that you want to know besides Chardonnay is it's a cooler climate. Because of the cooler climate, grapes are really going to kind of struggle to reach their fullness, right? Meaning that you're going to get more acidity out of this wine. And so it's a little leaner, a little more elegant than, say, some of its southern counterparts, and definitely much less fruit forward than, say, our California counterparts. So if you don't like California Chardonnay because of X, Y, or Z reasons, don't write off Chablis right away. It's really possesses a lot of minerality. So think like wet rocks. I know that sounds weird, but come on. We know, even if we've never tasted a rock, we know what a wet rock tastes like. The very common descriptor is gunflint. So when we say flinty, that's what we mean. So gunflint has that kind of sulfuric, slightly metallic, again, a little stony kind of flavor. If you've ever smelled fresh gunpowder, you kind of get what we're going for there and there. As far as the fruits, they're really kind of like green tart apples, really kind of like mellow, subdued. Definitely not the round, ripe peaches that you're going to see out of southern Burgundy or southern France in general. So let's talk a little bit about its appellation, its structure, how it's built. Chablis, maybe I'll draw up a diagram here, is best to think of in terms of when you're reading the label, a pyramid. Okay, so this doesn't have much information on it, and frankly, I was trying to find some, and it's very difficult. We'll talk about that in a second, I think. But yeah, at the top of the pyramid for Chablis is what's known as Grand Cru. So this is similar in terms of other French regions. When you see Grand Cru on the bottle, these are the cream of the crop, right? These are the best of the best in terms of vineyards. So that's what they're measuring. There are 7 Grand Cru vineyards in all of Chablis, and they are, just kidding, I'm not going to name them. I don't remember that much. I just remember there are 7 because they're all in the same spot, right? So Chablis is built around a river like a lot of old towns are, and these vineyards are on a southern slope, meaning they face the sun most of the season, and they're a little higher elevation, so they do get a little more sunlight than those on the valley floor. And this is what leads them to the best of the best. They get a little more growing time, they get a little more fullness, and better developed grapes. Next tier down is what's known as Premier Cru. Premier Cru, or sometimes you'll see it on the label as 1ER, oneer. It's French. Premier Cru is the next step down, and according to my research, there are 40 vineyards in Chablis that are labeled as Premier Cru. And these are typically where you're going to find your best values. Premier Cru can be as good, but typically just lack a little bit of the finesse, right? So I think, especially if you want to try Chablis for the first time, I would definitely lean into something like a Premier Cru. Next step down from that is simply called the AOC, and AOC is a French term that means I don't know what's in French. I can't pronounce it. But AOC basically means that, this is kind of the rest of it, right? Maybe they took a little bit from the Premier Cru vineyards. Maybe they took a little bit from this vineyard on the outskirts of town, et cetera, et cetera. Nothing wrong with AOC. Again, usually very good values. And this is typically what I expect, $13, what I would pay for an AOC. And that's where this label runs, right? So you'll also see it there. It says Appellation d'origine protégée. I'm so bad at French. AOP in this case, but that's kind of where we're at now. And then lastly, the bottom tier is Petite Chablis. So if you see something on the label that says Petite Chablis, that is also Chardonnay. It just comes from the edges on the outside of town. These are outside of, the Premier Cru. They have, maybe their vineyards are a little flatter. They don't get the sun exposure. I usually don't recommend going Petite Chablis. You can find some great bottles for sure, and I've had some in the past, but usually you just want to spend a few more dollars and get that AOC. It's probably a much nicer quality, to be honest with you. So there you go. AOC, Premier Cru, Grand Cru. Is this all sticking? Does this make sense? There's going to be a quiz later. So now that we have the geography kind of figured out and we have what to look for on a label when it comes to Chablis, let's talk about this one. 2023, which according to the vintage charts is actually a pretty quality vintage for Chablis and France in general. This actually, it sounded like there was a lot of harvest as well. So there should be a lot of fairly decent Chablis out there for a pretty good value. Current political climate notwithstanding. Let's not talk politics real quick. So we got a cork. I got my corkscrew. Let's get her done. No. Wow. Corkscrew. You know how this goes. Let's rip her open. This is kind of hard to do from this angle. So let's do it from this angle. All right, so Louis Dailly, somebody who speaks French. How do you pronounce that? I'm just going to call him Louis from here. So 2023 Louis Chablis. Let's take a look at that color. So what you're looking for in a Chablis in terms of color is light yellow, golden straw, sometimes slight green is also acceptable. But, kind of your classic Chardonnay colors. And I would say that's pretty classic Chardonnay colors. Let's smell. You didn't see that. Let's smell her. Let's get a nose in there, shall we? Color's pretty good. It really pops against the black of my shirt. Available now on TeePublic. Chablis. Huh. Okay. Yeah. Pretty fruity. I don't get a lot of that kind of flinty thing I was talking about earlier. So yeah, it's like everything I was talking about. Just get out of here. Oh, there it is. Swirling it to get oxygen. Oxygen opens it up. Let some of the aromas and flavors come up. Okay. Yeah, really just elegant, light fruit notes. I think this has seen some oak, I'd have to say. Just because I am getting a little, kind of creaminess on it. But truthfully, man, this just smells like... I don't mean this in the way it's going to sound, but, this smells like if I went to a restaurant or bar or place and I said, 1 white wine, please. This is what that smells like. But in a very, very nice way. All right, let's try it. Cheers. Oh, there it is. So, yeah. Definitely get a lot of that kind of minerality. Very, I was going to say flinty. Yeah, rocky. Absolutely. Not like ASAP or the Boxer, but like granite. Like if you're doing gardening, right? And you're sweating, you wipe your hands, you get some dirt on your hands, you get a little kind of schmutz, that material from the soil, and then that sweat drips down and kind of hits your lip. I mean, I don't have that problem because that's what the mustache is for. But it drips down, and then you do that, and you kind of taste it. It's got that salinity, right? It's got that kind of rough earthiness that again, I'm gonna say minerality again, but it tastes kind of like garden. And then the apples, fruit. I don't really get a lot of the barrel that I was smelling on the nose. A little top off there. I mean, it's basically noon-ish. So yeah, that's kind of leads me to my next thought here in terms of this bottle, right? I appreciate knowing a place, right? So I want to know a little bit more about either the location, the vineyard, the producer, whatever the case may be. And this label tells me nothing other than what I already knew, right? It says, our Chablis full of finesse minerality with expressions of white flower. I guess. So these are things I already knew about this wine because of the region that it comes from, right? What I want to know is, who's the winemaker? What style do they like? Is there oak? What vineyards did it come from? The problem is, usually you can look it up online, but I can't find bubkiss about this wine. The problem is, even after doing some research online, they're being pretty opaque about who makes this, where it comes from, and that sort of thing. Like I have to look at the label and see who bottles it, right? Because it's always on there. And then from there, it's this website, and then you got to figure out from this website and blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't want to do all that. Am I okay with doing it for $13? Maybe. But part of me wants to know a little more. Now, I know some of you out there probably aren't like me. You don't care. Is it good? Is that all that matters? Yes, this is good. But, you know, if you want to join me and you really want to kind of take that next step and figure out what you do like and why you like it, these are important things, right? Now, it's not important to know necessarily, oh, this is this clone that comes from this row on this block and blah, blah, blah. We don't need to be that specific. But it's important to know about a place, because that's what this is. A bottle of wine is a liquid place. It's a time capsule of a place that will never exist again. I may or may not have said this before, but that's kind of my whole philosophy on wine, and why I appreciate it so much is that what you're drinking is never going to exist again. What you're drinking is a certain specific set of conditions under which a wild plant grew, and because of its environment produced grapes that have a certain level of acidity and fruits and sugars and all that. And that set of experiences that grape has gone through is never going to exist again. Literally, this is a time capsule. This is an encompassment of 9-ish plus months of work that a plant went through that we're never going to see again. And that's what I appreciate about wine. I can taste a place. And when you don't give me specifics about a place and you just say this came from this town, that's fine. I can get over that, but I'm naturally curious and I want to know more. So that's my little rant about wine. I really like this. I mean, I think this is a good bottle, especially for the price, right? It's $13-14, I forget, whatever. If you happen to see this particular bottle and you want to try what I would say is probably a very good segue into Chablis, good opening salvo, I would say this is a very good option. And beyond that, if you need a good house white, right? If you just want a couple of bottles sitting around the house, what I like to call pop-in wines, where, you know, it's like, oh, somebody popped in to say hi. Oh, do you want a drink? Sure. So this is great for that, right? Even if you want to go as far as like dinner parties and things like that, where you're not trying to be too fancy, yeah, I think this is great. Would I sit on it for like 5 to 10 years like some of the great Grand Crus out of Chablis can do? Absolutely not. I would probably drink this by the end of next year. That would be 2026 for those of you paying attention. I need some risotto is what I need. It's very nice. I just wish I had more information. That's all. Just a little bit of information. So there you have it. Louis no, double L's is Spanish, right? French don't do that. Dailly. Louis. LD. Fondateur. Chablis. Recommend. Do I have a scale yet? I don't think so. Here. Great. Lastly, I teased this earlier. Now it's time to talk about it. I want your ideas. I came up with a thought process the other day. As I said, this time of year I really kind of struggle to motivate, so I really force myself to try to think of some ideas that are just a little beyond like, oh, I'm going to pick a wine and drink it and talk about it, right? I can only do that for so long, so I want to get a little interactive, so I want your help. Yes, you. I want you to come up with some ideas for a scavenger hunt. Here's what I want you to do. Go ahead and sign off in the comments below about some ideas that I can look for on a label, right? Examples. Has an animal on the cover. Has a family crest on the cover. Has the word the in it. Something along those lines, right? And I'm going to take 2 or 3 options and randomly pick them, and I have to find a bottle that meets the requirements that I pick. So if I pull is named after a person and has an animal on the cover, I have to find a bottle that says, or that is named after somebody and then has an animal on the cover, right? That's what the next video is going to be. So put some ideas below. I'll have a few of my own. We'll combine them all, and hopefully we can get that done in the next couple of weeks. Label scavenger hunt should be fun. I look forward to it. Hopefully you guys can come up with some fun ideas and don't make it too difficult. But yeah, so there you go. Chablis. Do you like Chardonnay but don't want to put up with California's fruit? Try Chablis. Chablis because you like wet rocks. Chablis. Our name has become synonymous with jug wine. Chablis because you like the taste of wet rocks and apples. I'm not in marketing. I probably should not work for the Chablis Wine Association's marketing board. I don't know how to end the video, so I'm just going to end the video and say cheers. Give Chablis a try. Appreciate you. Buy my merch. Check it out. Love you. Bye. Twyla says bye too.